During my first 7 years in Los Angeles, I was living the dream. Doing stunts and acting in films and TV shows, and playing Bruce Lee's wife, Linda Lee, in a 50-episode television series on Netflix. The adrenaline rush that I got from being shoved off of a roof, or thrown down the stairs, or punched in the face was unparalleled. Stunts were my happy place. And then I got pregnant. I told my gynecologist my plans to travel cross-country to attend the premiere of a movie that I was starring in, and he told me, "Well, if you go, you could hurt your baby." I had never considered this. I mean, if I couldn't sit on an airplane pregnant, I certainly couldn't light myself on fire. Ew. But I gladly traded in my dreams for the chance to create my 3 most favorite people in the world. And for 12 years, I was happy. And then when my kids got old enough that I could hear myself think, a voice came through loud and clear, and it said, "You gave up on yourself." And I had. The confident daredevil that I used to be was an entirely different person than I was now. A person that was so far in my past, I didn't even know where to begin to look for her. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna look for that person. I'm gonna look for that happy person in the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. So my husband and I packed up the 3 kids and we went to the Magic Kingdom. It was awesome. My kids got Mickey Mouse shaped lollipops, my husband got a giant turkey leg, and I got strep throat. Thankfully, we have modern medicine, and with a round of antibiotics, and 4 days later, I felt better. But then, little tiny dots started to appear all over my skin, like little mosquito bites. Huh, that's weird. I'm sure they'll just go away. But they didn't go away. Instead, they erupted like a volcano and oozed out into large, pussy red boils. Quite worried at this point, I texted my ER doctor sister and I said, "Hey sissy, what is this rash?" And she wrote back, "Oh, I don't know, skin's weird. Go to the doctor." I did not go to the doctor. Instead, I just thought I would wait it out. But the rash spread everywhere. My torso, my limbs, my arms, my legs. The only thing that was spared was my face. My anxiety would flare at night. Chest pains would force me to curl into my heating pad, and I soothed myself with the thought that at least in modern times, no one dies from a rash. Right? Right? Then, a mosquito bite appeared on my left cheek, and that was my last straw. I hauled myself to urgent care. A handsome, middle-aged doctor pushed on my welts, like a cat digging in a litter box. "What is it?" I asked. I don't know. Skin's weird." Then he pointed to the largest orb on my leg and explained that my rash was non-blanching, which basically just means I was bleeding under my skin. My heart skipped a beat as he continued to tell me that it looked like I may have vasculitis, and if I had chest pains, I needed to go to the ER because I could die. Wait, what? I was actually dying of a rash? No, don't worry. Oh, good, why? Because I probably don't have vasculitis, right? Oh no. If you worry, the stress will make the vasculitis worse. Oh, panicking, I drove home, and I did the only thing that a person could do do in this type of situation? I turned to the internet. I Googled rashes and holistic rash remedies. I was gonna heal myself. Surprisingly, despite basting my boils in Manuka honey and bathing in vats of apple cider vinegar and coating my skin with a fragrant product called coal tar, my rash got worse. By February 14th, my Valentine's Day look was on point. I was red from the neck down. It was disgusting, and I was not having it. So, as my Valentine's Day gift to myself, I took myself to a real dermatologist, someone who could actually tell me what the heck was going on. At the dermatologist's office, a gangly, red-haired doctor pressed a circular magnifying glass into my skin. What do you think it is? I don't know. Skin is weird. I mean, at this point, the one thing I could feel really good about is at least all the medical professionals were on the same page of knowing absolutely nothing. We could do a biopsy. Great, let's do that. We'll have the results in 1 to 2 days, weeks. All right, fine, 2 weeks. Where were they sending my skin sample? But 2 weeks later, I was back in the office for the results. The doctor said that they still didn't really know what my rash is. But his best guess was that I had an autoimmune response to the strep throat and that my body had broken out in a full bout of gluteal psoriasis. Okay, well, how long is that gonna last? 4 to 18 days? Months. Months? My jaw dropped. Or it may never go away. We don't really know. Skin is weird. Any hope that I had dissolved into the white, crunchy paper that I was sitting on. I could not have this rash that at this point took over 80% of my body for the rest of my life. I could not. The doctor sent me home with some cream that might help, and I directed to bake my hot, angry rash in the sun for 5 minutes a day. Once home, I slid on my bikini, I yanked a blue towel from the rack, and I headed to the pool. I tried not to look at my broken and bubbly skin as I spread the towel in the sun. I laid down, closed my eyes, and I stretched my arms above my head. I prayed to the universe to give me a sign, to just tell me what to do to make everything okay again, to let me get back to my happy place. And then it hit me. I needed to throw myself down the stairs. I was giddy with the idea of doing a stunt again. I hadn't wanted to throw myself down the stairs in 12 years. Rushing to the garage, I yanked my old stunt bag out from under a pile of the kids' toys and hauled it back inside. With my daughter behind the camera, I strapped on my stunt pads and climbed to the top of our long wooden stairwell. Looking down over the edge, my breath slowed and my tension drained. My only job was to surrender and to trust that the universe would keep me safe. I took a deep breath. I slid, I rolled, I tripped down the 2 flights of stairs. And at the bottom, I sat up, my face full of elation, and I yelled, "How was that?" On Instagram, I titled the video, "A Love Letter to Myself." And I wrote a heartfelt caption about how I gave up on my dreams 12 years ago. But suddenly my old self returned to me. I had finally found her, out by the pool, baking my rash in the hot, hot sun. And the post went viral, 14 million views, and thousands of people sending me words of encouragement to keep going, to keep the hope alive, to keep believing that everything would be okay. They did not know how badly I needed to hear that. And day by day, for the first time in months, my rash began to fade.